Love music, love talk, love Wycombe Sound.
Monday Movies on Wycombe Sound 106.6 FM.
Hi, this is a podcast from Wycombe Sound.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, this is BBC Radio 4.
Hi there. Welcome to BBC Radio 4.
Welcome to the S&M
Oh,
podcast.
you ruined it.
No, you don't want anything like that?
No.
Dirty pig.
Dirty. You don't know why that's funny, Duncan. You
What?
can't laugh at that.
It's from Sex Education.
Yeah, it's from Sex
Oh,
Education.
well, no, I laughed because he was calling me a dirty pig.
Right.
Okay.
See, it's funny. You should watch it.
Jeez, if that's the biggest laugh, then okay. Anyway, welcome.
Watching.
It's Monday Movies. It's a podcast, and we're all here. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Happy
you?
birthday for last week.
Thank
birthday.
you. Thank you.
Oh, I just get that in there before you start moaning that we haven't mentioned it.
Very much.
That's
Let's
all
not
right.
mention it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
60.
Are we all good? 60 what?
Years old.
60 what? That's a light bulb. Sorry. Made myself laugh.
That was very That's good. I like that.
Yeah, it's Monday Movies. We're here for another hour
Ish.
coming up. This
Yeah.
is the little intro. This is your amuse-bouche
Oh,
before the main course. And when you finish your main course,
the pudding.
there'll be dessert.
There'll be some extras.
Yeah, some extras, some sprinkles.
Some sprinkles, yeah.
Yeah. So, are you going to ask me?
We've got some tiramisu coming up.
Nice.
Oh, of course we have. Of course we have.
Of course we have.
Me and Luke would have Viennetta, but of course you'd have
No,
tiramisu.
cheesecake.
Are you going to ask me?
How are you?
What's coming up on the show?
Thank you, Toby. We got reviews of the one and only Ivan and Pinocchio. Colin will be talking to two people from the cinema. I should have known. No, I need their names because that's professional. Can you cut that
No,
out?
I'm going to leave it in.
Hang on.
We've got, what's his name? Phil
Phil Clapp.
Phil
Clapp.
Clapp.
We've got
Okay.
Philip. And
Okay. Okay, ask me again.
Duncan,
Yeah.
what's coming up on the show?
Well, we've got reviews of the one and only Ivan on Disney Plus, which should have been in cinemas this week. Also, a review of Pinocchio, which is actually in cinemas this week. We'll talk about the Wonder Woman trailer and the Batman trailer. And good old Colin Besley took time out of his hectic schedule to talk to Carol Welch, who's the managing director of Odeon Cinemas, alongside Phil Clapp, who's chief executive of the UK Cinema Association, and he talked to them about cinemas reopening and also how people apparently are getting bored of streaming.
Wow, Duncan, you did that so well.
I did, didn't I?
He did.
That was almost professional.
Almost professional.
If anyone from LBC is listening, I could do a late night show, phone in.
Yeah.
I think us three doing a late night phone in on LBC would be good.
Do you think so?
Don't you think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Yes.
I'll talk.
Why can't we do a late night phone in on Wycombe Sound?
We could do.
Is that where people just phone in and say whatever they want?
Yeah, we just talk
Yeah.
about current affairs, what the price of chips and...
You've never listened to LBC.
I haven't actually, no.
No.
But I'd be
they
down.
can-
I'd be down for doing
There
that.
you go.
Absolutely.
I think we should test it out.
Okay.
I'll
Send an
put
email.
towards- if only we knew somebody in a high position at Wycombe
Yeah.
Sound.
I mean, you're quite
who could
tall.
make those kind of decisions.
Yeah, do you know anyone?
Yes, it's you, young man. What's your titles?
Program director / station manager
There you go. So
/ secret overlord, but don't.
it's
do
all
it.
basically down to you.
It is all down to me.
I think you should put to the board that us three
Yeah.
do a one program trial.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, right, fine.
it's on tape now. You've got to do it.
It's on tape.
Well, it's obviously not on tape anymore because it's not 1975. But
Oh, hang on. We've got to pause. I've got to change the tape over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The reels. Anyway,
reels, yeah.
all that is coming up on the show. Toby,
Yep.
Kick off.
kick us off.
Let's
Oh, and
start.
Toby,
the
can
show.
I just say something?
Too late. We started. No, I'm kidding. I'm
I'm
kidding.
just going to say, you've been a bit quiet. Can you make sure during the show, lots of input, lots of energy, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, off we go.
Here we go.
Well, good evening. Welcome to Monday Movies here on Wycombe Sound. I'm Duncan Strip, joined by Luke Davis and Mr. Toby Stubbs.
Hello.
Everybody.
Hello.
How are we?
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You sure?
Oh, don't sound too happy, Toby.
Toby,
I'm
you
all right.
you don't sound convincing at all.
No, it's no, I'm just doing okay.
Yeah,
Doing well. How are you
Oh,
guys?
it's turning
Yeah.
into counselling already.
I know. I'm getting slightly worried that we're not going to make it through the end without Toby breaking down in tears.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've spent a lot of the week playing with a rabbit. We've seen you on Instagram. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I've been playing with a rabbit.
Is it a new rabbit?
No, it's my girlfriend's rabbit.
Ah, I see.
But
Okay.
it's new for her. She's only had him a few weeks. So
Does it have a name?
yeah, Reggie the rabbit.
Oh,
Reggie the rabbit.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
original. It's not like Flopsy or Mopsy or something like that.
Or
Peter.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Peter, of course, Peter Rabbit.
Rabbit,
Yeah. What about you? Now, Luke, you were off for the week, but you still
here
did
last
Monday
week.
movies
Yeah.
because even though you were on holiday, you still did Monday movies.
The
which
movies
was
never stop.
fantastic. No, movies never stop. How was your week?
It was good.
It fun?
Yeah, I went to Whipsnade
Yeah?
Zoo.
Was it busy?
It was fairly busy. Yeah, it was fairly busy.
Oh, okay.
And went to Coombe Hill as well, which is listed on Google Maps as a mountain.
Nice.
Is it?
I don't think it is, but
I don't think it's not quite that big,
no,
is it?
but no.
No.
There we go. It has a peak, but it's not a mountain. I don't
Yeah.
think.
Okay. So you had a lovely week.
It was a lovely week. Yes. Oh,
Good. Glad
Duncan,
to hear it.
it was your
How
birthday.
was your
week?
How was your birthday?
Well, it was fine, but it was just another day because
Right, okay.
I don't want to go and sit in a restaurant at this stage, to be
No.
honest with you, or go to a pub. So it was just spent at home. It was very nice.
Any visitors turn
We
up?
had some, a couple of tramps come round during the day
Oh, rude.
with some stuff they'd found at the end of the road. But no, Luke and Amy popped over, which
How
was lovely.
Rude. How rude.
Presents and
There was no
what was it?
cake.
Biscuits, presents and biscuits and a card.
Did Clinton make you a cake?
No, he's giving me one that he's used as a practice. So it just happened that my birthday coincided with him making a practice cake. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it.
No.
Very nice. It's a West Highland
Right.
Terrier.
Very nice.
Very
Yeah.
randomly, yes.
So we haven't tried it yet. So we will be cutting its head off tonight.
If someone's just joined, it's a cake.
It's a cake.
It's a
And
cake.
seeing what it tastes like. Anyway, this is Monday Movies. This
Oh.
isn't the Zoological Society or the Great British Bake Off podcast. This is Monday Movies. And on tonight's show, we're going to do some film news because hopefully we've both of you have watched all the trailers from DC Fandom, the new trailers for the Batman, Suicide Squad, and what was the other one? Wonder Woman
Wonder Woman.
1984.
Wonder Woman.
We got that. We will talk about the price that Disney will be charging for people to see Mulan via Disney Plus early next month. And we'll be reviewing The One and Only Ivan, which is a new film which was due to be released at cinemas this week, went straight to Disney Plus, and also the new live-action version of Pinocchio, which is in cinemas this week. And we will be gauging mine and Tobi's excitement levels for seeing Tenet this week in the cinema.
The actual
Well.
cinema.
Exciting.
That old thing.
That old thing.
The problem I've got with it, we'll talk about it a bit later, the problem I have is it can't live up to the hype.
No.
Now, I don't think.
I think you're going to get there and just be like, oh, it's a cinema.
We've been waiting so long. I don't think it can really live up to the hype. But we'll see. I'm seeing it on
We'll
Wednesday. Toby is seeing it on Thursday.
Duncan,
So,
how can people
yes.
get involved?
Get involved, please do. You can email mondaymovies@wycombesound.org.uk. You can get a
somewhere.
Facebook page, facebook.com/Wixo Monday Movies, or you can WhatsApp us 01494 44 no. It's so long since I've actually used it. 01494 449900.
Well done.
Is that correct?
That's
Yeah.
correct. Well done. Yeah.
You can send us reviews, or you can just tell us what you've been watching, or how much you agree with me. It's always a good way
That's
to
all that you
start.
care about, isn't
Always.
it? Yeah.
If you start your email, I agree with you, Duncan. That goes straight to the top of the pile, and we don't have to worry about it.
What about if you're watching live?
Oh, and you can watch live on Facebook and on YouTube /Wycombe Sound, and we're there in glorious Technicolor. I'm actually literally sat
Out,
in
sat at the
Cineworld.
cinema. Yeah.
I am at the Cineworld.
Cineworld
Cinema.
High Wycombe, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Luke, you are sat in front of
West
a
Wycombe.
field in
West
Wycombe.
Wycombe. Yeah.
In Wycombe. And Toby is in his bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has it been
As
cleaned?
always. Yes. Yeah, it has.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
But we start with some actual proper news and a proper presenter because last week Colin had the chance to talk to Carol Welch, who is the managing director of Odeon, alongside Phil Clapp, who's the chief executive of UK Cinema Association, because a new report had come out that people had hit streaming fatigue. New research apparently shows that Brits have wasted 187 hours of this year just searching for something to watch. The majority of Brits, according to this survey, which we can discuss after, say they've grown bored with streaming sites, and a third have even tried to recreate the cinema experience while stuck at home. So Colin spoke to Carol and Phil about people coming back to the cinemas, and he started by asking Carol how excited she was for people to get back in cinemas.
Well, we're really looking forward to welcoming our guests back, yes. Streaming has been a godsend during lockdown, but 76% of us are now bored of trying to find the right thing to watch. And our guests have been asking us and waiting to see when film is going to come back at cinemas. We've had some cinemas open now since the beginning of July, but I'm really thrilled to announce that as of next Wednesday, our first blockbuster will be launched, which is Tenet, Christopher Nolan film, and over 100 Odeon cinemas will be welcoming guests to that film. We've sold thousands of tickets already, so we know the demand is there, and we're looking forward to welcome them back, although it will be a safer cinema experience than maybe they were used to before.
And Phil, what do you think are the reasons behind people getting tired of streaming? You know, you often hear people say, oh, have you seen this particular box set, or I'm really into this at the moment, but I suppose in some cases that's only a short-term fix.
Yeah, and I think we understand that in the home there are a whole range of potential distractions, you know, ranging from your dog wants to go out for a walk, or the kids wanting your attention, or, you know, often people, and I'm sure many people listening will do this, having more than one screen on the go at the same time, looking at your phone, looking at your tablet, etc. And so I think after a while people just crave that immersion which only comes with going to the cinema, that, you know, moment where for a couple of hours of the week you can put everything else to one side, you can just focus on the story, whether it's a thriller or a comedy or a horror film or whatever, and really kind of cut yourself off. And I think, you know, the research which Odeon has published today speaks to, I think, the desire that everyone has for that communal experience which only cinema can really offer.
I was really interested to see that around a third of people have actually tried to recreate the cinema experience at home. I wondered, sort of jokingly, does that mean getting their children to sort of kick the back of their seats and talk through the whole film?
I think we'd probably say, you know, kind of imitation is the best form of flattery. So if people are trying to recreate the cinema experience at home, we must be doing something right.
And Carol, there is something really special about, you know, going to a cinema and as Phil sort of touched on, getting a bit kind of lost really in the film, and it's not something that you can recreate that well at home.
It's not something that you can recreate, no matter how large your TV is. There is something about a huge screen and the surround sound that you get within cinema, and new films as well, or new content that actually the whole group of people want to go and see. It's more of an experience. You can buy a glass of wine, take something into the auditorium, and I'm very pleased to say that whilst we ask guests to wear their face masks as they come into the cinema, once they're seated socially distanced in the auditorium, then they can enjoy the food and beverage and sink into their movie and escape from the world. And I think we've all deserved that after the last couple of months that we've had to endure being locked down.
And it must be so rewarding as well, as you say, having a film like Tenet coming out that, you know, we've heard on Monday movies on a Monday night that there are so many sort of films being put back, and it's great to have films that are finally being released.
Tenet is a great Christopher Nolan film, and I think as some of the studios see how successful that is going to be as our audiences flock back, we have a very good slate going into the autumn, including The Kingsman, Bill and Ted, Black Widow, Death on the Nile, New Mutants, and a new Pixar movie called Soul. And so there are going to be plenty of new films coming through now that cinemas are open. As Odeon, we're definitely looking forward to welcoming our guests back to enjoy some of that.
Well, Phil, what would you say is so special about the cinema experience and that people enjoy, will especially enjoy going back to?
I think there is that immersion. Of course, you know, there's the technology, the sound, the vision, etc. And of course, cinemas are primarily places where people go to see films. But they're also important community resources. You know, it's difficult to think of any other place in your local community where people of all ages and all backgrounds come and mix. And I think not least after, months of lockdown, that's something that people are craving. And you know, cinemas have served their communities for decades and will continue to serve their communities. And it's about understanding that it's a communal experience, it's a social experience. And as Carol has said, you know, there are a range of big films coming up, which provide that rallying call. Carol's listed many. We're almost contractually obliged to also mention the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, which is in the middle of November. But I think, although it's been a challenge in lockdown, and it will remain a challenge, I think, in the early weeks after cinemas reopen, we're as confident as we can be that as we come through towards the end of the year, cinema will get back to the success that it was seeing before lockdown.
I was going to say, it sounds like a real time of optimism for the industry generally.
I think we have to be optimistic. I mean, the truth of the matter is that, the death of cinema has been foretold on a whole range of occasions with television and home entertainment and streaming, etc. And cinema has proved hugely resilient because it offers something which no other experience can, particularly the in-home experience, but even out of home, it's that thing about the social experience, and it's thing about, it's a menu which is continually refreshed with new and exciting things. So we have to be confident, I think.
And Carol, it must be so pleasing to get these results, to find that people are, getting a bit fed up with streaming and sort of itching, if you like, to get back to the cinema.
Yes, I mean, I think we've coexisted for an awfully long time, as television and cinema has. I think they're very different experiences, but obviously people are now itching to have the experience of that big screen and not have the distraction when they're watching a new movie and have that social occasion that Phil talked about as well. So at Odeon, we're really welcoming guests back with our Safer Cinema pledge to make sure that guests feel confident that they're still able to socially distance, but actually enjoy the movie that they've waited to see.
And how can people find out more?
So if you want to find out where your nearest cinema is and what you can see at Odeon, if you go to www.odeon.co.uk, then you'll be able to find out exactly what's on, what the times are. We do encourage our guests to pre-book to help with that social distance, and you can choose your seats online to make sure that you feel comfortable. There's enough space between yourself and other guests.
And Phil, what would your main message be to people who are looking forward to returning to the cinema?
I think one of the things which we've been delighted with has been the positive feedback from people who have ventured out, and so my message with people would be to see for yourself. Try it for yourself. We've put in place an experience at cinemas across the UK through discussion with government. We put in place an experience which is, yes, a safe experience, but also a hugely enjoyable experience. And, it sounds a flippant point. It's not intended to be. We're confident that after 5 months in lockdown, very few people will be saying to each other, let's stay in and watch a movie. And we want to encourage people to go out and watch a movie and regain some of that normality which we've all been craving.
It's Carol Welsh, the Managing Director at Odeon Cinemas, and Phil Clapp, the Chief Executive of UK Cinema Association, talking to Colin Besley late last week. Well, they sounded optimistic.
They did. We need to give Colin some money for the plug for Monday movies.
Yes, thank you, Colin. That was very good, very on brand. I mean, obviously, they are predisposed to say you should be getting back to the cinema because
they're not going to turn around
they have a vested interest.
But
it was. I think it's quite telling that they didn't dwell on the fact that the streaming people are getting bored with streaming, because I find that I think the figure was 80. Hang on, it just says the majority of Brits have said they're bored with streaming sites. I don't know where they're getting that information from.
I don't know if bored is the right word, but maybe.
I've seen most things on there.
Yeah, I mean, both of you have said that your lists of, you're getting very close to the end of your list. I don't think it's boredom.
Yeah.
I think it's they've run out of things that they want to see.
Well, according to the research, despite spending so much time choosing what to watch, Brits are being left unsatisfied, with well over 3/4, 86%, admitting to abandoning a series or a film before the end. When it comes to series abandonment, the second episode is generally the decider as to whether we jump ship. And almost half, 44%, confess that they aimlessly watch series and programs just because they're bored. I only watch stuff that I want to watch. I wouldn't watch something dull. I wouldn't put on The Only Way Is Essex just because I was bored.
No, I wouldn't either. No.
There you go. Okay, so we're not bored with streaming.
We're not bored.
But we're looking forward to going back to the cinema.
I mean, are we the majority of people in the UK?
I mean, most people I know aren't bored of streaming.
No.
I mean, they're saying they've watched everything they want to watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you look how much is on Disney Plus, well, maybe not Disney Plus, Amazon Prime and Netflix specifically, yes, you've probably watched all the stuff you've heard of, but there's tons of stuff and foreign language stuff that you've probably never heard of and never been recommended that is really good.
That's true.
And that you might enjoy. So maybe people are getting bored because they've watched all the popular stuff that's been hyped.
Do you know what they need?
What do they need?
A high-class podcast / radio show where they can be informed on what to watch.
You mean we could get paid by Netflix and Amazon Prime to talk about their product?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you're listening.
I'd quite like that. Yeah.
That would be fun.
And it was quite telling at the end there when Colin asked Phil what would he say to people planning on going back to the cinema. He wasn't quite as enthusiastic as Carol. He just said, give it a go, see what you think, which... he doesn't work for Odeon, though, does he? He didn't... No, he works for the Cinema Association. I thought, you didn't sound quite as enthusiastic.
I guess you can't really force people to go. If if people feel uncomfortable to go, then
I think
it's like you said, Duncan. I think you're not comfortable with going to a restaurant or a pub yet, but if you didn't like the cinema on films as much as you did, maybe you would refrain going from the cinema as well. But obviously, you love films. So.
I was in town in the week, and they were very busy. So restaurants, that is, not the cinema, obviously.
I think it was.
Was it?
Carry on.
Okay. So I think it's going to be very interesting, especially now the bigger films are coming out. So Tenet, and as they mentioned, they've got other big films coming out. It'll be interesting to see what the uptake will be going to see the cinema. If it's and obviously it's not going to be back to where it was, but it'll be interesting to see what percentage of people are going back, especially if they're going to pay a lot of money to watch it as a premium VOD, which we'll come to later.
We'll come to that later. But the other thing I was thinking is there's lots of films that are still scheduled to come out.
Yeah.
So, hang on, No Time to Die is still in November.
I like middle of November as a film name.
Yes, and so there's still lots that are scheduled, but I think if Tenet doesn't do well at the box office here, I think they're going to think of moving them, because if that can't get people into the cinemas, then smaller films aren't going to get them in either. So I think Tenet is a touchstone as to whether it's going to stay like it is or change.
I think I have to say, though, I've missed the cinema over lockdown. I agree, though. There is something about...
They've missed you, Toby.
There is something about going to the...
Yeah, because you used to go so much.
I mean, you walked into that one, Toby.
Do you know what? It's funny. I think I'll actually probably go more, when it does get back up and running and they are, there is a new film every week or whatnot. I think actually now, because we've been in lockdown and I haven't been able to go, I probably will actually go more than I did before.
Said that, Toby, he's going to clip that. And
that's fine.
Every week that you've not been to the cinema, he's going to play that.
Yeah,
that's absolutely fine. But there's just something about it that, there's no distractions and it's on the big screen and it's good.
Okay, shall we review something?
Let's review something. Yes. What are we going to review?
Review something that me and Luke have both seen. Now, interestingly, whenever Luke has watched something that we're going to review, I always ask him beforehand, what did you think? And he always refuses to tell me. So it's not until right now that I'm going to find out what he thought. So the film that we're going to review is the new film from Disney. It's called The One and Only Ivan. It was supposed to be released theatrically this week, but because of one thing and another, it's gone straight to streaming. It stars Sam Rockwell, Bryan Cranston, Chaka Khan, of all people. Chaka Khan, Helen Mirren and Danny DeVito in voice roles. And it is the true story, believe it or not, of a gorilla named Ivan who is being kept in an indoor circus, a shopping mall in Milwaukee, I think it is, along with an elephant, a duck, and a seal.
And a chicken.
And it's been in the man's family since it was a little baby gorilla. And now it's getting big. And then the elephant has a baby. The elephant dies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Carry on.
Yeah, the elephant dies. The baby's left, and the gorilla has promised that he will get the elephant out. Obviously, based on a true story, is stretched to its limits here. The gorilla starts to draw and paint using crayons and paint. Paint. Starts to paint using oils.
Yeah.
It's picked up by the local newspaper, which starts protests outside of the mall saying that they need to be taken out of the big top and be put back into the wild or into a kind of safari park of sorts. And this is a story of what happens. So, I'm going to go for Luke first, or do you want me to say first?
You go first.
Because I'm really good. Okay. When it first comes up saying based on a true story, and then the first thing that happens is the gorilla talks to you, That annoyed me from the start, because I thought, right, well, that didn't happen. So the first thing that happens in the film isn't based on a true story. So I actually read up on the true story after I'd watched the film. And there were two gorillas, a brother and a sister, that were shipped from Africa to America. The sister died en route. The brother was kept in a house. So there's a scene in the film where he's shown in bed with the guy who's adopted him, kind of, and there's a picture of the real thing at the end. So this actually did happen. And yes, he was kept. And then when he got too big for the house, he was sold to a kind of circus owner who kept him in this big top inside a shopping mall for 27 years. So for 27 years, this gorilla didn't see the light. And then because of complaints, it was put into a safari park. It's only once it was in the safari park that it actually started painting and gained some notoriety.
So based on a true story, yeah.
I mean, loosely based on a true story.
Some things happened. We've made it into a film.
Yeah. So the true story is
there was
a gorilla was being badly treated. After 27 years of living in squalor, it was set free into a safari park. This is a family-friendly, melodramatic, squeaky clean film where the animals are treated like children.
Yeah.
They live in lovely conditions. You don't think they're being mistreated at all.
Lives with a dog. Gorilla lives with a dog.
Lives with a stray dog voiced by Danny DeVito. And if they hadn't said this was a true story, if they'd have just made a film about this with the talking animals, I probably would have liked it a lot more. But the fact that it's based on a true story, and the true story is pretty terrible, I found this fairly insulting. And thankfully, it's only 90 minutes long. But I found it really got on my nerves because I thought because it's aimed at children, you're kind of lying to the kids. And also, when it's set free at the end, I mean, it was set free and it still lived in a cage, albeit a very big cage and outside. In the actual film, at the end, when it's set free, it looks like it's gone to the Serengeti. Because this door opens and there's just thousands of miles of space with wildebeest and giraffes galloping around. So I hated it. Luke Davis.
Woo.
Wow.
What did you think?
Well, Duncan, I have to say that I completely I agree with you. I also got annoyed by the fact that it went based on a true story. Hi, I'm Ivan the gorilla. I was just like, well, that obviously didn't happen, did it? I thought, I wonder if the budget for this film ran out halfway through. Because sometimes you looked at the animals and you just went, "Wow, is that a real animal they've got there, or is it all CGI?" Some of the times it looked really good. Some of it looked terrible. And
I never noticed bad CGI. I'll be honest. And to give you some
Duncan,
idea,
I've done 3 years of film and TV.
There we go, everybody. Ding ding. Just to give you some idea of how big a film this was going to be, this was being filmed in the Bond stage at Pinewood for 6 months last year.
Wow.
Well,
So all the scenes of inside the mall and the cage and everything around there, that's all filmed inside the Bond stage.
I mean, and was there any real gorillas there? Did they talk? Did you see any of them?
I don't think there was any real gorillas.
The opening.
Carry on, sorry.
When they're looking at the mall or the shopping centre, that it looked. I thought, come on, Disney, you can do a better job than this. You know, I don't think Avengers. You know, the excellent CGI in that. You know, you can do a bit better than this at some points, especially at the beginning with looking at the mall as well. You know, you expect high quality from Disney. I thought it was a bit rubbish. But yeah, other than that, it's just I don't like talking animals at the best of time.
I didn't know that. Is that like a thing you've got against? I mean, luckily you don't meet many, so you're good.
You can either do CGI. I think the problem is if it's an animated film like The Lion King, it gets away with it because it's obviously not a real animal talking. But where things in like the new Lion King or this, I just think it just breaks the whole film for me because it's like, well, it's obviously not talking, is it?
No, obviously
not.
And you say about what the mall looked like, everything was just so shiny and new and fresh. Like the outside of the mall looked like it had just been built, and I couldn't tell when it was set.
No, I mean, the fact that there wasn't any I don't think the target audience they're going for are really going to going, oh, I can't work out what decade it is.
That's
but,
true.
There wasn't any mobile phones or anything like that. So,
No.
But yeah, I just nah, not a fan, if I'm honest.
No, I wasn't. No,
out of 10,
it's not good. I wanted to say 4, but then I thought, what am I giving it 4 for?
Yeah.
For a bit of gorilla fur, I can't, because I like Bryan Cranston, and so 2.
Yeah, I think I would agree,
because I think children, it's aimed at children, and it's lying to children. It's taking what is a very sad, because at the end, when you see the gorilla at the end, the CGI gorilla being, put into the Serengeti, he looks big and healthy and cheerful, doesn't he?
And he wouldn't.
Then they cut and they show you the picture of the real gorilla in his cage after he'd been released. He didn't look happy.
I mean, I've got 2 things. One, the whole film reminded me of Madagascar. Because it's animals.
Without the laughs.
Yeah, exactly. Animals trying to escape. And the other thing was, if they had gone here is an animal being really badly treated, but at the end, nice people find it and they release it. They put it in a bigger pen. Be nice to animals. Hurrah, hurrah, go the RSPCA. That would have a nice story to it, and something for children to take with them in their lives, to not be mean to animals. Whereas this is just lying to them, and that's not a good thing that you want to do, is to lie to kids about gorillas being in cages. So they had a good chance there of doing a nice story for kids to remember about and take into their lives about being nice to animals, but instead they just lied to them.
Yes,
Disney.
Yes, it's morally wrong, the film, I think, to make a bright, shiny film about, I was going to say, an elephant being repatriated. I'm mixing up so many different stories from the news.
I mean, it was Madagascar, Dumbo, and what was the one with your good friend The Rock? Was that Rampage?
Rampage, yeah.
But
at least in Rampage, they showed the gorilla being mistreated, and the gorilla went mad and started killing people.
Well, that's
so
true.
Rampage was more realistic than The One and Only Ivan, which is based on a true story.
Do you think Disney are just worried about upsetting people, and getting a load of complaints?
I think they're probably pleased that they didn't have to put it in cinemas, because if I'd have sat watching that in a cinema, I think I'd have been even more annoyed.
I agree with you. I think if that was in the cinema, that would have done terribly.
Yeah, I think if sitting watching it on the TV, not paying for it, that's fine. But if I'd been going to the cinema to watch that, that would have been horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's The One and Only Ivan. If you fancy it, it's on Disney Plus now.
Toby, will you be watching it?
No.
No.
Oh, we haven't convinced you.
No.
I mean, I think as a film, if you put a child in front of it, they'll watch it and they'll love it, because it's got talking gorillas in it and talking parrots. But the actual whole premises and the storyline,
Yeah, not good. Okay.
I will say about talking animals, I'm fine with parrots. Like the way they use the parrot in the film.
Is that because you can actually train a parrot to talk?
Yeah, so that's all right, but obviously not gorillas.
Obviously not.
Obviously not gorillas.
Absolutely
Or
ridiculous.
lions, come on.
Also, I wasn't sure any of the voices actually matched the characters.
No.
They were all very simpering voices like this. No one, you know what I mean? And Helen Mirren, I think, only had 2 lines.
Yeah.
As the poodle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else we can rip it apart for?
else?
Let me just think. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Well done, Disney.
The one and only Ivan. Yeah, you need product for your channel, and that's what you give us.
Yeah.
Wow. It's available now to stream. Yes.
Saying that, Disney might be going, phew, we don't have to put that in the cinemas.
Yes, and we haven't had to spend a fortune marketing it, so their costs were cut just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. You leave Duncan Strip, who is, as always, having horrific technical problems. So if you're wondering, don't watch the film. It's not one that it's not high on our list.
Yeah. You haven't sold it.
No, not really. 3 out of 10 is never very good. Was it 2? 2 out of 10.
2 for me. Should we review something else?
Yeah, go for it.
Pinocchio is on in the cinemas. Now, this is not the Pinocchio that you remember from Disney in 1940. This is a new live-action version directed by Matteo Garrone and starring Roberto Benigni, who won an Oscar for Life is Beautiful quite some time ago. And it is live action,
Right.
and it is the story of Pinocchio, but it's the original story of Pinocchio taken from the original book.
And who did
So,
that
you know,
originally? Was that a Kristen, whoever they are? Whoever they are?
No,
The
it's
brothers?
Italian. I
Right,
can't remember
okay.
who wrote Pinocchio, but it's definitely somebody Italian. I want to say
Say it. Carlo
Collodi,
That's the one.
who wrote the original novel. So the Disney version, obviously, all the Hans Christian Andersen and Grimm fairy tales that Disney made into cartoons, they took out all the horrible bits and all the nasty bits and the death and destruction and stuff and made nice fluffy cartoons, which is exactly what they did with Pinocchio, even though they left a couple of odd bits in. But this is a live action version which is taken directly from the story. So it's about a wood carver who carves a little boy puppet from a single block of wood and discovers the block of wood has a heartbeat, and he's created his own little son called Pinocchio. Pinocchio, he tries to get him to go to school, but Pinocchio goes to the puppet theatre at the end of the road, gets kidnapped by them and taken away. It then follows him being strung up from a tree to die by his neck, has his feet burnt off, he's put on trial and judged by a monkey. He's turned into a donkey, after which a giant stone is tied around his neck and he's thrown into the sea to drown.
And
then he's swallowed by a giant dogfish.
Oh.
But in the end, he discovers what it means to be a real boy. So this is not... Okay, it is a PG. I'm pretty sure this was a PG because there were small kids in the screening I went to. But this has some imagery that's going to give them nightmares. It had images that gave me nightmares for days afterwards.
I've just watched the trailer to remind myself. I'm quite scared by it already. I mean, Pinocchio himself is a bit freaky.
Well, he's a boy made of wood.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Now, the thing about the nose growing, I don't know in the original novel how much of the nose growing when you lie. It only happens once, and even that, which is over a breakfast
It's in the
table,
trailer, yeah.
It grows out sort of 2 feet from his head. Then a load of birds fly in and land on it and proceed to peck it off. So everything in this is kind of a children's horror film.
Yeah.
So
Blimey.
I'll give you all the good stuff first.
Oh, okay, go on then.
Okay, the good stuff is it looks fantastic.
It does.
Some of the imagery that they've used, and I can't remember if the director had directed. He has directed something else quite famous, and I cannot remember what it was. I'm going to tell you now.
Of a film program.
I know. Oh, he directed Gomorrah, which was the Italian film about drug gangs in Rome, and Tale of Tales, which was a sort of an adult fairy tale, which was really good. So they were the two that he's most famous for. Some of the imagery in this is stunning. It's really, really good because they still have the animals. So he's still looked after by a snail, but the snail is a massive, portly woman that happens to have this giant shell on her back.
Right.
And he's kidnapped by a fox and a rat.
Yeah.
But then it's two grown men with whiskers and feline features.
I'd like to say that that they did a better job with that than they did in Cats, because they're both in the trailer that I just watched, and they look like animals, unlike cats.
Yeah. So it sticks to the original story. It's very, very dark. The acting is slightly over the top, but I think that's the point.
Probably
I think it's supposed to be
yeah.
over the top. But the imagery is fantastic. You could watch it, just without the sound, and you'd get the story because it's almost played out like a silent film. You don't need the dialogue, which is where we come to the major downfall. Because without being told when you go into the cinema, it's dubbed.
Oh.
It's not a subtitled film. It's dubbed by very, very over-eager Italian actors who don't seem to know the meaning of the word quiet or subdued or everybody's everything is like that, and it is.
Were you in the film?
It is so annoying. I would have much rather watched the original soundtrack with subtitles, but because it's been released, and I think normally it would have been, but because there's nothing new coming into the cinemas and they want to get people in and they want to get families in, and they did, this was in the afternoon, and there were like 6 families in there who weren't happy, A, that it was live action, because the poster looks like it's animated, and B, that it was dubbed. So a lot of them actually left before it finished.
I can confirm it is a PG.
And it's it's
Weirdly,
I mean, this is top end PG.
So this is on the BBFC. So it has obviously PG, 124 minutes. Rating info: scary and mild violence. Now I'm sure I've seen mild violence on a 12. You know, not normally on a PG you don't see scary scenes and mild violence.
Yeah. Well, this has got a lot of very unmild violence.
Yeah.
Can I put it like that? It's worth watching if you're thinking of taking your kids to see it. Just be warned, it's dubbed and it's live action, and it's very, very dark.
What rating would you give it? 12?
I thought it should have been a 12A at least.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, watching the trailer, I would also agree with you on that.
Yeah, but you know, I did enjoy it. Apart from the fact that it's dubbed, and no film should ever be dubbed. You should always have subtitles. But to get the kids in, obviously they wanted it dubbed.
Yeah.
So there we go. It's called Pinocchio. It's still showing at Cineworld now, and it's worth going to see. Or wait till it comes on a streaming site where they subtitle it, and you'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
Football back on Wycombe Sound, and I wasn't invited to join in. Am I bitter? No,
Yes.
I'm not. Welcome back to Monday Movies. For those of you who've been listening to the last about 23 minutes and are thinking, Toby Stubbs is normally on this show. Where the hell is he? Well, he is here, aren't you, Toby?
I am here. Yes.
There you go. Just making sure.
I just I didn't watch Ivan.
No,
because I don't have
Pinocchio.
Disney Plus or Pinocchio.
Okay.
Because either of them now I want to watch either. So
Okay, fair enough. We will talk the pricing of Mulan and the DC fandom.
I thought you say we're going to talk about the price is right.
We're going to pay the price of bread. Have you seen it lately? It's gone through the roof. But before that, as usual, Chatsworth is up after the news at 8 o'clock, and Colin Besley joins us now. Colin!
Hello. I can involve you in some football chat. What are your thoughts on the new away goalkeeper kit for Wycombe Wanderers?
I think it's lovely.
Ask him about tomorrow's game, Colin.
3-1.
Yeah.
3-1, Colin.
To the home side.
Are we playing at home? Yes. Yes. Then yes. 3-1 to the home side.
Do you know who the opposition are?
West Ham.
Yes.
And what league are they in?
They're in the Championship.
No.
Premiership.
Yes.
It's called the Premier League, actually. But
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the Championship?
That's the one Wycombe are in. The one below.
So which one are they in?
Wycombe are in the Championship.
That's what I said.
No, we asked you
Football
about
for beginners.
We asked you about West Ham.
I thought you were asking me about West Ham. About Wycombe.
Right. Colin, what's coming up on your show?
I sense Duncan is getting West Ham and Wycombe mixed up.
You're making
He probably thinks they're close to each other location-wise, so probably.
Well, they're not that far away. It's only 30 miles.
Oh, only.
Isn't it?
Alphabetically, they're not far off.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
true, yeah.
Very close. Anyway, thanks, Colin. Colin's up after 8 o'clock. Thank you very much. What's on the show, Colin?
I can tell you about what was going to be happening. We're due to be speaking to a comedian from the Comedy Store who is providing the comedy for the Comedy Festival at Winchmore Hills, Potter's Arms this weekend. But there's been a slight hitch with that, so he won't be. We're also due to be chatting to Mark Rand from Cheshire Comedy Club, who's running an event next month, which is unfortunately sold out. Well, fortunately sold out. Unfortunately, in terms of we can't really sort of promote it anymore, owing to the fact that you can't get tickets for it anyway. But we'll certainly be.
So what are you doing, Colin?
Do you need some standing guests?
You're very welcome to deputise if you like.
Thank you very much. Well, we'll consider that. Send the contract over to my assistant, and I will look into it. Anyway, Colin, got to say thank you as well for doing the interview with the Carol and Phil.
Oh, it was a pleasure. It was
Thanks
interesting,
for the plug
wasn't it?
as well.
Yeah. Thanks for getting the plug in. Very on brand.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't think they quite knew what Monday Movies was, but I thought it's important to mention it.
And I've got to say, Carol was not impressed at all when you suggested that making the home experience like the cinema was kicking the back of the seats and talking.
That was so funny. Phil was like, "Yeah, probably."
Like that. Yeah.
No,
she
you
wasn't
could tell,
happy.
couldn't you? She was probably sitting on her hands or something, and it's sort of like.
Yeah, she was expecting news night. She got John Craven's news round.
We don't do that for the Odeon cinema.
But it's very good. Anyway, Colin, thank you very much. Colin here
Colin.
after the news at 8 o'clock.
Thank you.
Oh, Colin, before you go, what do you think of Duncan's football knowledge?
Idiot.
That's a bit rude, isn't it? Just rude.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. Well, okay. I'll give you 30 seconds. Carry on.
Oh, no. What's going on? Right.
And one more.
Ooh, touchy.
There we go.
Lovely. Okay, good.
Great work.
You should make a sentence with them all.
Yeah, maybe next week. We've got more than that hiding away somewhere.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. I look forward to that for next week.
Such fun.
And that's you said the last one was.
That was,
Oh, that,
That was me.
or what?
Colin Besley will be
Is
here.
that my
with
twin
chat-
brother?
Now I don't know if it's Colin or a recording. Is he gone?
Yeah, I've gone now.
No, you haven't. You're still there. If I don't go round to the studio and throttle him, Colin will be here after the news at 8 o'clock for Chatsworth. Okay, so that's the reviews done. Next week, very, very exciting.
Right.
Me and Toby will be reviewing Tenet,
Dum, dum,
won't we,
dum.
Toby?
You know what that needs?
We will.
How we're not. Is that because Toby's going to the cinema?
Yes, yeah, that's what it is.
Yes. Okay. How excited are you, Toby?
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see the film because I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan, and the trailer doesn't give away really much about what's going on. And to be honest, I'm excited to see the film, but also I'm just excited to go back to the cinema because the cinema is, as talked about earlier, the experience is. It is really fun. It's really not the same as watching a film at home. It's, the massive screen, the surround sound, and going to the cinema. It's like a, evening out or day out if you go on a date.
And like eating rich food, it's an experience you'd like to ration. You don't want to do it too often. Do you?
Exactly.
You want to, just do it once a month or something like that. Once every couple of months.
Maybe, but I'm going to try and when things get back to normal, I'm going to try and go quite often. So.
Good, excellent. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm seeing it 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, Toby.
I'm 8 o'clock on Thursday.
So that'll be right. So I'm pretty sure I will be in a deserted
one of the
cinema.
first. You'll be one of the first as well.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see how many people are in an 8 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's going to be busier than 10 in the morning, but it'll be interesting to see how many people are there.
Jamie Batchman, who's watching, says we all miss the experience, and I think that is that's on Facebook, and yeah,
We do.
I think
Hi, Jamie.
I think everyone. Hi, Jamie. I think everyone does. It's something that people do with their family or with their friends, and it's something that has been missed over the last 6 months or however long it's been now.
True.
Yes.
I'm glad we all agree.
Welcome back to the cinema.
Yeah.
We all agree.
We all agree.
And as well as Tenet, we'll also be reviewing the new X-Men film, The New Mutants, which we've been waiting roughly 5 years for
gonna say,
because
when was
they
that meant to
keep delaying it. It was supposed to come out about 3 years ago, and they've kept putting it off, and they're rush releasing it now.
Because Disney have brought 20th Century and they want to get rid of all the films that were meant to come out, and if they don't hurry up, Maisie Williams is going to look completely different than she did 3 years ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. So that's next week's show. The New Mutants and Tenet almost back to a normal Monday movies.
Hurrah.
How exciting is that?
It's very exciting.
Very exciting.
Let's talk about something that we should be watching at the cinema this week, which is Mulan.
Is this
Should have
news?
come out in cinemas this week. It is going to Disney Plus, which we knew. Oh, sorry. We knew it was going to Disney Plus. What we didn't know was you were going to be charged extra for the film. So as well as your $5.99 monthly charge to Disney Plus, you will have to pay to watch Mulan. And Toby, have you seen how much you have to pay?
Is it $28.99?
It is.
It is $28.99.
Yeah,
So, which is actually more than it is in America because it's $30 in America. So this works out at roughly $36, $37.
Right.
So we're being made to pay 20% more than Americans.
See, if you are, I suppose the way they've done this, if you are a family of three, then it's going to be exactly the same if you were going to see
Cheaper.
Mulan. If
Cheaper.
you're a family of four, it works with you, and if you get higher, then fair enough. And if you go
Yes.
with friends, if you're somebody that you're, watching this
With
behind
no friends like you that
Like
has to
me.
watch this on their own.
yeah, that's 30 quid is like 3 times the amount that you would. Is that 3 times?
I
the
mean,
amount?
that's almost the price of a helicopter.
That is, yeah. But
Isn't
£10 normally to go, and you would have been able to spend
Yes.
it, and especially.
So I take it from
the
that,
Disney Plus cost.
I
as
take
well.
it from that, Mr. Davis, you will not be paying extra to watch.
Well, I don't know. It depends
Mulan.
if we split it in half between me and Amy.
Ah, so we're already working out an economical way to do it.
Exactly.
You see. But yeah, so it is a high price, but obviously if they put it onto Disney Plus without charging anything extra, they're not making any money, and
No.
the film needs to make some money back because it cost a fortune to make.
And they've already lost money from they've lost money from Ivan and Artemis Fowl.
The box office from the worrying thing is if it follows the trend of films being put straight onto Disney, Artemis Fowl, The One and Only Ivan, and now I don't want it to be as bad as those two.
No, but the fact they've put money to it, whereas those were like free.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
You're hoping.
But then Hamilton was free.
Yeah, but I liked Hamilton.
Yes, I know, but that sort of goes against your point, isn't
Yeah.
it? Charging for the good stuff and letting the rubbish be free.
That's true. Yeah, I'll think on that. Yeah.
I mean, I probably will because I've been really looking forward to it. But
Yeah.
it is a hefty price tag, especially because you don't know how long it's going to be before it will be free.
I mean,
So if I pay $28.99 to watch it,
yeah.
and then I find out 18 months down the line it's going to Disney Plus, I'll be like, oh, that's fair enough, because you don't just watch it once, you've got it to keep. So that's fine. But if I pay $28.99 for it and then find out in a month's time it's going on Disney Plus,
no.
But it might if no one takes up the offer.
I mean, if no one takes up the offer, then yes, I think we'll see it on Disney Plus. I don't think in a month. I think maybe 2, maybe.
Okay.
But I think they're going to do a normal, it's at the theatre, and then how long for like things like that were on premium VOD a couple of months ago? Have they come out normal priced yet, or are they still?
Yes. Oh no, they didn't last that long.
Right.
On premium VOD.
So it might,
I mean, remember when we thought $15.99 was a lot for a rental?
Yeah.
It's suddenly doubled.
But then if it was $15.99, I would be happy with that because we've said before that is one person at a cinema buying some food.
No, I'd be happy with $15.99. Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Unless they've gone the average household is 3 people. Where it's all different amount of people.
Yeah.
It's
Well, we'll find out. I say, as with Tenet being released on Wednesday, we'll find out what that's going to do for the box office, and we'll find out what Mulan being released straight to Disney Plus with a £30 price tag is going to do when it comes out on September the 2nd. I think it is something like that. So next week.
Yeah.
Because September, Christmas is just around the corner.
Hurrah.
How exciting.
That's weird.
Toby, is there anything you want to talk about quickly? Because I feel like I feel bad. I mean, we don't pay you or anything, but I feel bad that you've had very little input into this hour.
No, it's,
no, good. Okay, let's move on to...
No, I'm excited to see Tenet, and I wish A Quiet Place 2 was coming out sooner. And I can't believe it's Christmas soon. That's kind of crazy.
It's not soon. It's only.
Well, I mean, September, October, November, and then we're there. Kind of. It's weird.
Toby,
those
many months live on air.
Exactly. I love the way you used to think. September, October,
Some
November.
Some people count like this. They go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's weird.
Who does that?
My friend's mum. It's very weird.
Well, tell her to stop taking the medication and count like a normal person. Obviously, for people listening just normally without the visual, that made no sense because they would have said, that's how everybody counts, isn't it? That was a visual tick that Toby was demonstrating.
If you're listening to this, you can watch us live on a Monday evening or watch again on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
It is.
Fun. Anyway, we've got 5 or 6 minutes left. Let's talk DC.
Ooh.
Everybody's favourite comic book universe.
Yes.
DC had their kind of mini Comic Con virtually over the weekend where they released trailers for some of their new product. Let's talk the big one first. The Batman. That's him, the Batman. Your thoughts on the Batman? I can't do it, Toby. Your thoughts on... If you can do it for me, trailer.
Me first. Okay.
Sorry, no, go on, Luke.
I hardly could see it. I had to turn the brightness right up. It's a very different looking... I can't think what the Batman's actual name is.
I was going to say Christian Bale. It's not that, is it?
No. It's
Bruce Wayne.
It's a very different looking...
Yes.
Bruce Wayne. It's very, long hair and stuff like that. How many Batman films have there been recently?
Quite a lot.
I think if they're going to do a new spin on it, then hurrah. Obviously, they'll talk about his parents being killed and everything like that, which, you get in every Spider-Man film. Or a mention of it, at least. But
sorry, we're obviously on a slight delay because from the other room in here, someone just shouted, Bruce Wayne!
Hi, Clinton. But I think if they're going to do a different take on it, then good for them. Because a bit like Spider-Man, it was the same thing for all the Sony films, but Marvel did their own kind of take to it and only just mentioned about his uncle being killed and stuff like that. So if they're going to do a different take, then I'm all up for that.
Toby Stubbs.
I'm a big fan of Christian Bale playing Bruce Wayne in Batman. I know, but I'm a big fan of the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and so I was a bit skeptical about watching this. But as Luke said, it's very it's dark visually, but also it is dark. Like the trailers to a Nirvana song, and it's just. I don't know. I think it's going to be a completely different vibe to Christopher Nolan's, like even darker, even darker.
I'm surprised there's even a trailer though, because they haven't done that much filming, really.
No, true.
I think it looks fantastic, and it looks very much like Seven.
Yeah.
You know, the serial killer film with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman? If you go online and Google the two together, someone's put some scenes together, and they do look remarkably similar. And it looks similar in its lighting and its design and everything. So I'm very excited. Well, and I didn't realise that was Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
No, I didn't either.
I need to watch it again because I
it's only brief. If you Google the picture of him, I've looked at that picture of him in that trailer for about 10 minutes thinking I still cannot see Colin Farrell.
There you go.
Looks absolutely nothing
I've
like
gone
him.
from they're redoing it to I'm very interested to see what it's going to be like.
For a DC film on their record recently, hey, that's quite good.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. That's The Batman, which is out sometime next year. Hopefully, if they can start filming again very soon. Yes. Very quickly then, Wonder Woman trailer, the new Wonder Woman 1984, I thought looked good. My problem with DC, I think, is the fact that if you watched all the trailers to the Marvel movies, you can tell they're all part of a whole.
Yeah.
But if you watch the Batman trailer and Wonder Woman 1984 trailer, they don't look like they're in the same universe at all.
So with the Marvel films, there are a few, differences. So, Ragnarok was very funny.
Yeah.
And Guardians of the Galaxy is always very colourful, but it's all the same.
Yes.
Whereas the Batman you could hardly watch, and then Wonder Woman I had to turn the brightness down because it was all very bright.
But it did look fun.
Yeah, it did.
Didn't it? It did look good. I mean, Wonder Woman's one of the very few DC products that's actually got good reviews in the past. The public liked it and the critics liked it. So there's very few that have worked like that, apart from the Nolan trilogy.
Yeah. So,
Mr. Stubbs, your thought on Wonder Woman? You've been very quiet. I feel you're not impressed.
No, I am. No, I'm just thinking. I haven't. I'm guessing there's a brand new trailer.
It's on the Monday Movies Facebook page. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I don't know why I bother doing all this work.
I've seen the old trailer, so I've seen the first trailer, but not the one that's very, very recent. But I really like the Wonder Woman films. I thought they were very, very good. So
there's only been one.
There's only one.
Is there? I thought there was two.
No, we're talking about the second now. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Toby Stubbs, everybody, doesn't speak for 45 minutes, and when he does, he's got it completely wrong. So that's the Wonder Woman trailer and the Batman trailer. You can see them both on our Facebook page now. If you stay tuned for the podcast, which will be up later, we will talk about the other stuff from there. And there's some more stuff. Lots of interesting, funny stuff, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Yes.
There is.
Toby and Luke, thank you very much.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thank you, Duncan.
Thank you. Well, that was a almost Toby-less show.
Yeah.
I know.
And technically,
I didn't have much to say,
really
did I?
Bad.
Technically, not too bad at all. I managed my outages quite well, and nothing too bad happened.
I was going to say, it's taken us a few months, but we got it.
We got there at the end. Now the cinema's back open. Now, I have something that I would like both of you to react to.
Please don't show us that rash again.
No. Now, I'm going to put it up on stream as well so people can see it.
Okay.
And if you two would like to stand by...
I thought you were going to say stand up then.
No. If you two would like to stand by on the Monday Movies Facebook chat...
Oh, I need to be on the Facebook chat,
You do need to be on the Facebook chat. And
Sorry, just a second.
On a phone, will that work?
It doesn't. Anywhere. It'll be an image.
Sure.
Hang on. Is it Monday? Where am I looking for?
Monday Movies.
Yeah, no, I'm on the
looking
chat.
for Facebook, aren't I?
I'm on the chat. I'm ready.
You mean the Messenger?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
God, that was much more complicated than I thought it was going to be.
Well, if you use the right names...
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you both ready? So I'm going
ready.
to send you this. I want your reactions of the person that is in the photo. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Sending now. It's on screen now if you're watching.
it the one and only Ivan?
How rude. No. Who is it?
That's you.
No.
It looks like you, but I'm guessing it's not you.
It's not me. My friend sent me this.
Yeah.
To me and my other half, Amy.
Wow.
And
it's very you.
And the following messages were, let me just find it. Legit thought this was you, Luke.
So would I.
Sorry.
The worrying thing is, though, they hold the phone the same way I do.
Isn't that an iPhone, though?
Possibly. That's how you know it wasn't me.
It's never you.
When she sent it, I was like, oh, is this like, a year ago we were doing this? But actually, worryingly, it's everything. It's the face, the beard, the glasses, the way I hold.
Shall I get a third opinion?
Yes.
Hang on. Clinton.
Who is it?
Can we borrow you a second for the podcast? You don't need to be on screen. Can you just look at that and tell us who that is, please?
Have a face in it. Well, that's Luke, isn't it?
No.
Apparently not. It's a friend of a friend.
It's not even that. It's just
that is your doppelganger.
It's my American doppelganger.
It's American.
American, yeah.
Oh.
It's not even a friend of a friend. It's just something that my friend saw on social media.
Oh, it's just not a friend. Oh, I see. So it's not a friend of a friend.
No.
Okay. No, it does look very much like you. It's very.
Yeah, it does look like.
I mean, if you could find out where he lives, I could send him a commiserations card or something. Just because he's probably thinking I look like Brad Pitt, and no, you look like Luke Davis. What a disappointment that's going to be for him.
I know.
That's a shame.
But the weird thing is,
that's very good.
We then stalked him, and from the front.
Oh, this is where it gets creepy.
From the front doesn't look anything like me.
Ah, really?
Just that side, just that angle.
Okay.
Or maybe I've invented a time machine in the future, and I went back to then, and it's me.
Well, apparently everybody in the world has a doppelganger.
Apparently so.
Apparently,
but this is only my side doppelganger.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe there's three. There's one for the front and one for each side.
One from each side, yeah, and one from above, yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
There we go.
Sticking with you.
Don't stick to me.
And Tobi, obviously. Oh. I'm going to bring it up because we're all friends here, aren't we? We can talk about anything. Tobi,
you having a baby?
No, Tobi. I believe Luke was doing a little bit of work for you, a little visual video for your new song. I was just wondering, why didn't you like it?
What do you mean?
Why didn't you like it? I don't want Luke crying on the phone to me again. He just gets upset. I realise he spelt your name wrong in the opening line.
I didn't even realise that.
Do you know what? I didn't even notice that.
Oh, thank you for that.
You need me to proofread it after he's done it.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice either. Oh, that's so funny.
No, I liked it. I just, for the song and the vibe of the song, I just, I don't know, wanted it a bit different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at you, Duncan, trying to cause arguments.
Yeah. I think you should do, like we said, me miming to it against a nice backdrop.
Of the cinema.
Yeah.
Go on, then, off you go.
Something like that.
Go on, do it.
The funny thing is, because I asked you for the link again because I wanted to listen to it at the weekend, which I did a few times.
Thank you very much.
But whenever I try and sing it back to myself, I keep singing the wrong song. I keep singing.
What do you guys start singing?
We're on the same. No, so I think we're on the same team. We want the same thing. I think it's Belinda Carlisle. We want the same thing. We want the same thing.
It does go like that.
But I just think we're on the same team to that song. So apologies for that. Well, I still like it.
You do you. You can.
Okay.
He will. Don't worry, Tobi. He will.
That's good. Anyway.
He will always do that.
Tobi, is there anything you'd like to talk about? Because we've not heard from you much, and I feel bad because we pay you an extortionate amount of money.
I know.
Guest on this podcast, and
It's nice to think.
And you've said nothing. So come on, my love.
I don't know really.
How's your rabbit?
It's my girlfriend's rabbit.
How's your girlfriend's rabbit?
Very good.
It's a real rabbit. Let's get that straight. It's not a rabbit. It's not a rabbit.
No, yeah, it's a real rabbit.
Yeah. You know what a rabbit is, though, don't you?
What do you mean a rabbit?
All right, Google it when we're finished.
Incognito.
Because possibly your girlfriend has a rabbit as well. Who knows?
Right. I think I've just clicked.
Okay.
No, it's a real rabbit, not that.
It's
Right.
white.
It's white and grey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great little rabbit.
Did you ever have a rabbit when you were younger, Duncan? Or Toby?
Oh, you were talking to me. No, I didn't.
I had 3 when I was younger.
Oh, what were the names?
Yeah.
This is where he goes, it's Peter, and I said, I'm glad I wasn't called Peter.
Itsy,
Peter, Flopsy, and Cottontail.
Itsy.
Bitsy.
No.
Spider. Sure, it wasn't a spider you had.
I was very young at the time, and I liked Busted, so one of them was called Busted.
Nice.
And the other one was called
James Bond?
Bubbles.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I had a
So that was
Scottish
years ago.
insect when I was a kid. Do you know what I called that?
What?
What?
Well, McFly, obviously.
I had...
Have you guys ever had pets?
Yeah, I've had guinea pigs for most of my life. Dog and cat at one point as well.
Yes.
You made it sound like piles. I've had guinea pigs most of my life. Just can't shift them.
What breed was the dog?
Border Collie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Dead now, though, yeah?
That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for some sort of sarcastic comment. Yes.
Oh.
That's not sarcastic.
No,
That's,
it's not. No, genuine.
It's dead now, yeah?
Yeah, it's dead now.
Now, did it die while you were a child?
Oh, I think I was about 11 or 12, I think.
So were you told it had gone to live on a farm, or were you actually told it died?
No, I was told. I think I was there when it happened.
It's very...
You killed your dog?
That's not what I said.
You said you were there when it died.
Yeah.
That basically means you killed it.
When it got put down, I'm guessing.
Not when it. I don't think I was there when it was put down, but I think I was.
So you had it murdered. It didn't die in natural causes. Yes.
I think when it was taken to be put down, I was in the house. Yeah.
Well, commiserations. What was its name?
Her name was Ellie.
Ellie. Lovely. Lovely.
And Twizzle the cat.
Well, she could probably get arrested for that now.
Oh dear.
I don't think you're allowed to twizzle a cat
I
anymore.
don't think you are. No, that's very true. It's very true.
Oh dear.
What?
Anyway.
Oh dear. Oh, Toby, there's big news from the Strip household.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay.
It's not a normal Monday evening food this evening.
I know.
No, he told me. He told me.
Told him.
No, that's good though.
Chicken in your curry.
There's chicken in the curry and I'm okay. There's chicken in the curry and I'm okay.
You right there?
There we go. Yeah, that's it. Anything else we'd like to discuss?
I'm sure there was something else I wanted to discuss, but
I thought there was something you said you wanted to discuss, but I can't remember what it was.
the rabbit was one, and the photo of me was the picture of me was the other one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I. So I
all
have
base covered.
I have another musical suggestion for Mr. Toby Stubbs.
Okay.
And that is the band Ruse, who
I do. Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
whose new album is out now.
Oh, okay.
And very, very good.
Okay. All right. I'll give that a listen.
I don't know whether they're there. It's only one person, but yeah, very good.
Very nice.
Got a CD T-shirt and a signed photo from it. So when your album comes out, Toby, I'm expecting big things. All right.
Okay.
Helicopter would be nice. They're fairly cheap. No pressure.
Okay.
Any more news on a release date, Toby, or is it still sort of October?
Still second.
Oh, 2nd of October. I didn't realise we had an actual
2nd
date.
of October. Yeah.
Told us ages ago.
That's only like 5 weeks away.
Yeah, it's really come around quickly.
What about artwork for the album? Has that been sorted? Is that all in hand?
So on the link that I've sent you guys, it's on there. I don't know if you've seen it.
Sorry, let me just 1 second, please. Hold the line. Sorry, I just clicked on the link. I didn't bother looking at the artwork. Let me have a look.
Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
Do you approve of it?
Do I? Yes, I approve of it. Yeah, I do.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Sorry, what were you expecting?
Yeah, it's just me.
It's Graham Norton.
I didn't think it would be you. Oh, it started playing. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Duncan approves, Toby.
Tony, that's not your signature, is it?
It's not my signature, no.
Because it looks like a signature. I'm pretty sure it looks like Toni Braxton when she used to write hers.
Oh, right, okay.
Left field, but there we go.
Anyway, there we go. Toby Stubbs, everybody. We're on the same team. Out on the 2nd of October from all good record shops.
Thank you.
There's no. Will it be in record shops now? Will you be doing vinyl?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay.
You know what I really want to do? Is, and I think a lot of
I
people
dread to think.
is buy vinyl, but not to play, to like hang up as like.
I've got a vinyl player. I've only got two records. But...
Yeah, but just to hold them up.
I've got a vinyl player with lots of records, but it doesn't sound as good.
No, but to hang them up as like photos. Some artwork I really like.
Oh, well, you can buy the frames.
Yeah, or if you have a collection.
You can buy specific. We're on delay. I'm sorry. After you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, this is Wycombe calling.
Hello.
Come in.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We seem to have a slight delay on the line.
I give 12 points to Toby Stubbs.
I'm going to leave the room for 2 seconds and pop back in and see if that cures it. Okay.
Okay.
Pip pip.
I would say, can't you tell that we've not eaten? But I've eaten.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm so quiet.
Maybe that's what it is. No, but if you have like the whole collection of one person's, like all their albums, I think if they were like hung up, I think they'd look really nice.
What I was trying to say was, you can buy the album frames, can you not?
Sorry, what was that? No, I'm joking.
You can.
Yeah, I think you probably can.
I think you can. Yeah.
That was a bit like having a party line back in the old days. You wouldn't know that, Toby, would you? You used to have to share a phone line with your neighbour, and sometimes you'd pick the phone up and they were on the phone.
Not my neighbour, in the house.
No, I'm saying in the old days you'd have party lines where you would be sharing your phone line with the next door neighbour.
Right, okay.
And sometimes you'd pick the phone up and hear people talking because the neighbours were on the phone.
That would be really awkward if they were talking about you.
Because you used to get crossed lines.
Yeah.
You'd be talking to someone and then you'd hear somebody else's conversation.
Yeah.
So much more fun in the old days.
Oh, number 5. What an
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, anything else?
No.
I think that's it.
No.
Shall we go?
I look forward to hearing about your chicken curry.
Yeah, I do as well.
I'll let you know next week. And
actually, yeah. Sorry, go on.
Go on, Toby.
of course, now he thinks of something to say right at the last minute. Yes, Toby.
No, this doesn't have to go on the podcast.
Well, it's going in.
Go for it.
I might not be here next week.
So you're going to watch Tenet.
Yeah, I know.
And then you're not going to be here for the week to review it.
I just realised I might be in Cornwall. I will try and be there for next week.
Or you can just record an audio, a Maddie 5-minute audio clip.
If you are going to be here, then I don't want to see backgrounds of like beautiful beaches and Cornwall scenery.
Oh no! Make sure you're there, Toby, because that would really annoy him.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's next week. Tenet and the New Mutants will be reviewing. Me and Luke will definitely be here. Toby, who knows?
Maybe.
Might not. Might be, might
Who
not.
knows? Oh dear.
Okay then. Well, bye then.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Goodbye from Loudwater.
Goodbye. Tally ho.
See ya.